There you go. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into my YouTube channel. And we all know the Formula One 2023 season is now over. And we all know how dominant Max Verstappen is in the whole season. And yeah, that 2023 marking the second year of Formula One Grand Effect era. Now, this video we're not gonna talk about the how dominant Max Verstappen is and the whole Max Verstappen saga. This time we're gonna do the tier list for a Formula One special or one of livery in a Grand Effect era, which means that should include 2022 season. So, before I started the tier list, there is a five category on the tier list. First one is the this is it. Yeah, this no doubt this is one of the best livery of all time. And the next category is class. So this is pretty much like this is it, but sort of like the classic way, so like the special livery that is, looks classy and tributing other classic or something like that. It deserves to be that place. And the next category is nice one or need more effort. Even though they are in the same category, but it's not the same. Okay, there's a difference between let's say a nice livery. Hey, that livery is need more effort. So it's pretty much like that. And the next category is at least a different. So this is some like okay, the livery was it's a fine livery, but I just prefer the normal livery than this one. Like, hey, at least we can see this one in the one Grand Prix. Hey, at least we're gonna saw this one once in a life, and type like that. Okay, and the lowest of the low, the last category in this tier list is before and before. The amount of effort, or I would say the lack of effort on the car, like the effort they put in on the car. Like I don't understand why you're calling it a special livery when it's literally the same. So it's pretty much like that. So yeah, that's the whole category. And one thing when I'm talking about the one thing that is qualified as a special livery is one, it's not a show car. Okay, at least working as a Formula One car, because there's some certain thing that running a special livery but just ended up as a show car, which is you know kind of disappointed with why you don't put it on the actual Formula One car, because it's actually really cool. And the second one is at least racing on one Grand Prix. So I'm not gonna include the Haas VF22 Ural Kali and also the test livery, okay, because they're not a one of. I mean, they are one of livery, but they're not a special livery. So that's the whole qualification. Let's start off with the 2022, the humble beginning of the Ground Effect era. And the first team that running a special livery is Alpine Formula One team, because they're having a new partnership with the BWT. So you have like combination between the Alpine blue and the pink of BWT. So some people might don't like it, but over the time I just feel like it's kind of grown on me. So the A522, it's full on pink. So yeah, so this is pretty much like a opening livery for from Alpine Formula One team, because it's like every time they're running, like every time they're racing on Bahrain, like the season opener, they're always running a special special pink livery. And I also gonna include the 2023 car because they are exactly the same, because they are pink. Now the 2022 one, I mean, it looks okay. But the 2023, no, I might be too picky, but I just love the 2023 one. I mean, just look at it. Like the 2022, like the A522, it's okay, it's pink, and the 23, it's a bit more, sharper. You have like a more exposed color for it. Like you got the the black side on the one. Like I mean, it's just pretty cool. I just love it. And in fact, they have like a the wheels cover, like the wheels cover have a different color, which is a really nice touch. So I'm just gonna put it on the A522 on the at least it's different. I mean, it's not a bad livery, but at least it's different. Okay, at least it's pink on the I don't know how to say, but the A523 I'm just gonna put on the nice one, because I just love the A523 livery. You might be not agree with it, but yeah. So after the Bahrain and Saudi Arabia and also Australia, because the A523 running a special livery on three different races, we're gonna move it on the Miami Grand Prix. So the Miami Grand Prix 2022, marking the first year they racing on US for a second time, because they're racing on the Miami and a Coda as well. So the car that running on the running special livery on that Grand Prix is Mercedes, the Mercedes W13. So this one is for promoting a NFC because at that time Mercedes still have a partnership with FTX. So this one called Miami Heat because the NFT is called Miami Heat, as far as I know, and they're also running like a special special livery on the previous F1, like they have like a FTX festival on that time. And you know what? This one wasn't really that bad. I just love that you have like a bit of a street art on the car, and you got things on the halo. If you look at the onboard, like they just really a cool. It's a really cool touch. And the rear wing, however, it looks fine. Okay, I love like you got the street art in the rear wing as well because like you saw like a rear wing just completely black. I just don't like it. But yeah, it's a fun street art cars. And bit of fun fact: Mercedes is not the only team that running like a special livery on a show car because yeah, they have like a street car, a street Formula One car presented by FTX. AlphaTauri, however, also did the same thing. Williams also did the same thing. And guess what? These three teams have like a really good, like a good art car, but unfortunately, they just ended up as a show car. Like I said, they just ended up as a show car. They're not racing on the they don't run these liveries on the Miami Grand Prix. Like the amount of hype they're putting on this race, but they don't actually make like a special livery whatsoever. It just kind of, I don't know, man. What did they do in this one? So yeah, Mercedes are the only one, I guess, who did a special livery. I mean, AlphaTauri has like something different, like on the what is this? Like you can see like on the 2022 Miami Grand Prix, the AlphaTauri has like something different on this one. And Williams, this one actually kind of interesting because they do it like they flip the Williams logo to looks like an M, which represent a Miami, which really cool touch. So yeah, Mercedes Miami. I'm just gonna put it on the nice one. I just love like a street car, like an art car, an art Formula One car, and actually racing on the on the one race. That's pretty cool. So after the Miami, we're moving on into the Baku, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and Alfa Romeo is the one who the one who having a special livery. I would not expect to see like Alfa Romeo having a special livery. So this one they just changed the red color, the red one, the engine cover, into a green. So this livery for promoting their new SUV, the Tonale, I guess. I mean they have like a two SUV like the Stelvio and the Tonale. I think they're promoting the Alfa Romeo Tonale this time, and it was absolutely good. I just love like the red, the white, and the green. It's pretty much represent the Italian. I just love it. This one is great livery. Even though they just promoting SUV, but never mind. Okay, the livery is pretty good. So the Alfa Romeo Tonale, I would say, I'm just gonna put it on the classy one. It just deserves to be in that place. Now, after the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, we're moving on into Silverstone, the British Grand Prix. Guess who? Another team that running a special livery, a Mercedes. Yes, exactly. So this season, Mercedes running I think three special liveries, and two of them like a partnership with a FTX. So yeah, the Silverstone is a partnership with the FTX again. So this one, however, is called a superhuman because again, the name of the NFT is a superhuman, and this one is one of my favorite FTX livery on the 2022. I mean, the Miami Heat, okay, they're like the Miami thing, something like that. Even though it doesn't really represent what is Miami is, but it's a cool livery. Now the superhuman, I just love it. They have like a mismatch color, like you got the blue rear wing on the on the right or even left side, and you got the yellow one on the other side, the rear wing. That is actually pretty cool. And also you have like a mismatch wheel cover in that one. That is pretty cool. And the fact that at that time they're like running on the Pride, like the Pride month, so like they changing the Mercedes logo to like a Pride edition. Now, the thing what I did like about the Mercedes Pride logo is it's not actually like putting out on the flag and call it a day like any other company. No, it looks like a burnt titanium to me. Like it's just absolutely pretty cool. So this one, even though the effort is not much as the Miami Heat, but this one is got the most. So I'm just gonna put it on the nice one, but slightly even more higher than the Miami Heat because I just love the livery, and of course the Silverstone 2022 like through Goes Hamilton like makes the livery even more iconic to me. So yeah, the Silverstone one is actually pretty cool. The Belgian Grand Prix Spa-Francorchamps. So this is part of the triple header race. After the race at the Spa, the next week they head into the Zandvoort, and lastly, the Temple of Speed of Monza. Truly one of the best triple header race, even though all those three races have been winning by Max Verstappen. But never mind. So the Spa-Francorchamps, and guess what team were running a special livery at that race? Exactly, Mercedes once again. Now, it might be their last special livery in this season, but this time around, they actually did it. They cooking with the livery. I mean, take a look at this. Now, I know you might thinking, like, really? A red Mercedes Formula One car? Are they trying to be like Ferrari so bad? Now, the reason why they paint the car red is Mercedes is celebrating a 55th anniversary, and this car is tributing to the classic Mercedes 300 SL, which, long story short, it was a really good car. It's a truly dominant car, and some people might call it a either flying pig or a red pig. But yeah, that's the reason why the car was red, because they're tributing to the red pig, I would say. And you might thinking this is a weird livery because the red, the bright red and the silver wasn't really a good color to match. But the thing I'm gonna highlighting about this livery is you got like a giant racing number, like the giant classic racing number. Like I just love that one. Like it reminds me of the Williams 2012 and 2013 when they're putting like a racing number on the side pod instead of like the regular position. Even though they have like a the classic racing number and the racing number on the regular position, which on the engine cover, which kind of quite hilarious. But still, I still love it. Okay, they have something that's quirky, you might ask, and yeah, this is pretty much like the German 2019, like the Hockenheim 2019, when Mercedes also running a special livery. They have like a white on the like a white Mercedes in the front, and the white is fading away and turning into a silver Mercedes that we all know. But turns out that race was a really bad race in German 2019. Okay, this might be the worst Mercedes race in that season. Now, the difference between the German 2019 and the Spot 2023 is the German 2019 Mercedes did actually put a special livery and race on it, while on the 2023 this livery, however, it just ended up as a show car. Yeah, it just ended up as a show car, and instead we have this. Now, don't get me wrong, I still love it. They still keep the racing number, and I wish they also keep the classic racing number on the W11, because I don't know, man, the W11 it just looks so dull to me. Like they 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 removed the iconic Petronas 6 logo. I mean, you have like the Petronas, but it's just the Petronas one, okay, without the iconic Petronas 6 logo. And I just wish they keep like the huge classic racing number in that one to makes the car even more classic to me on the W14. But yeah, this one I'm just gonna put it on the classy one, because we never saw like this one again probably in the next couple of years in the Formula One. So yeah, a classy livery, but they just missed the opportunity. And I just love when Formula One team like tributing the car like to the car that it's not even a Formula One car. Like this one example, like it's a Mercedes 300 SL. It's not even a Formula One car. Now you might thinking the triple header race just has a one livery, which the Mercedes. Well, think again, because Monza, we have a two different team that running a special livery. One of them is our beloved Italian team, the Scuderia Ferrari. And yeah, this is the time when they still have like a F175 instead of the SF22. So this time around, they again, doing a special livery for an anniversary, because the reason why they're putting the 75 is they're running a 75 anniversary for the Ferrari, and this one, however, it's well, it's deserved to be on this as it. This is one of the best livery on this season, on the 2022 season. Like I just love they have like a classic Ferrari on the rear wing, and the yellow. Yeah, you might be like the dark red and the yellow might be. You might think it doesn't really a great color to like a great combination, but I just love this one. Like I don't know, man. It's I don't know, man. I just kind of speechless to talk about it. It's a great livery, okay? And that's all I can say, okay? The F-175 Monza is a one of hell a good livery. And the second team, they're running a special livery that you might don't know is Alfa Romeo. Now, this one is a bit of a tradition since Alfa Romeo joining Formula One, like on the 2019. Well, actually, they did join in 2018, but at that time they still named Sauber instead of the Alfa Romeo. Like on the 2019 until the 2023 now, they're always running a special livery on the Monza. Now you might don't see different, but the difference is they have like a two different Alfa Romeo logo on each side. Like the right side you have like a Alfa Romeo logo, and you got the regular. You get the idea. But I still love like the mismatched livery. They have like a two different logos, and the one thing I'm just gonna highlight about this livery is they use the original Alfa Romeo logo. Like don't get me wrong, like the Alfa Romeo logo on the C42 was yeah, it's kind of Yankee logo, I would say, but I just don't like they just put the Alfa Romeo logo on the front nose. Like they just replaced the classic Alfa Romeo logo. So yeah, this one, however, the Alfa Romeo C42 Monza, I'm just gonna put it on the classic because Alfa Romeo's never failed to have like a special livery. I mean, the 2021 we all know it was a really great livery with the tricolor. You know what that one? Okay, after the Monza race, now we're heading to the Singapore Grand Prix, and the team that running a special livery this time is McLaren. Now, this one is pretty much like the Mercedes and FTX. They make a special livery to celebrate a partnership with a crypto company. Now, I don't know, the OKX was the crypto company or a trading company. I don't know, I'm not a crypto guy. I mean, they seem similar to me. Now, yeah, the McLaren OKX Singapore Grand Prix special livery. No, that's not the real name. The real name they call a future mode. Now, obviously, this car was heavily inspired by the cyberpunk, as you might see, like ooh, wirely stuff and so futuristic. And I like this car. I prefer this car than what they did in 2023 because the 2023 they're also running a special livery, but we're gonna talk about it later on. So the future mode McLaren it's a nice solid. It's a solid livery. Okay, I like it. Now maybe the color combination was a bit weird, like a papaya orange and a magenta wasn't really a good color combination, but it's way better than the 55 anniversary Mercedes. Now yeah, I like this livery. Overall, it's a good livery, and I just love they changed the number font from like baby blue into black, and you have like those pixelated number font, just like a Minecraft number font, I guess. And maybe people don't like this car, like this livery, because at that time it's still a MCL 36, and the whole Ricardo saga to make the spice thing up and make people hate even more of the car of the livery. So yeah, despite all that one, the uh, the OKX future mode, I'm just gonna put on the nice one. Now, two liveries to go. Now we're heading to the U.S. Grand Prix, the Coda, and the team that are running a special livery is our beloved American team. Now, obviously, I'm talking about Haas F1 team, and they are whipping up with a U.S. special livery. I would not expect to see one coming. Like, there's no information, like, there's no livery reveal, like, marks a date or whatever. It just immediately, this is our special livery for the U.S. Grand Prix, and enjoy. And I quite like it. Well, I really like it because it's better than the normal livery, the 2022 livery, and it's even more better than the Eurocolor livery. Look, the Eurocolor livery was a fine livery. Okay, it's not even like the worst livery or even bad livery. Just mess up in and whole stuff to make the car looks worse, and also given the fact that you have a Russian flag on the US based team, which sounds cursed to me. Now the liver was good, and the racing suit is even better. Like they came up with like a dark racing suit. Like here's the thing, I don't really like a white Haas racing suit because it looks like you saw like a Kevin Harvick whipping up on the white GM Goodwrench. Okay, for the first time. That's how I describe when I saw like a white Haas racing suit. Okay, they never meant to be white. They always meant to be a black, because no matter what the car it is, like no matter what the car is white or not, Haas always came up with like a black racing suit, and they're used to it. And I just don't know why they keeping the white racing suit in the 2023. So yeah, the racing suit was better, and the livery was better as well. Now, before I put the tier list, there's a multiple reason why this livery exists, and it's quite interesting. First one is, well, they race at their home race, Dakota. Even though Miami was also their home race, but given the fact that Miami doesn't have much history with Formula One, and Miami tends to have their own uniqueness, so even though Miami was America, but they're not actually the same. You get the idea. And the second one is they have a deal with MoneyGram as their talent sponsor. Now it's a good news. Which means they have more money. So here's the thing: when it comes to like a Haas and like a title sponsor, they used to have like a problem with a title sponsor. Like they always, well, sometimes they have like a shady sponsorship, like Rich Energy, like be a prime example, and Uralkali. Well, I don't think so, but yeah, Uralkali have like a bad timing, and a whole war stuff. So why they was canceled, something like that. Now, MoneyGram, well, as you might heard, it's a company that you know, related to money, and it's a legit company. I'm just hoping it's not a shady company like the previous title sponsor of Has. So yeah, MoneyGram has now, and the third one, the last one, is really sad because part of their team members has passed away, and it just saddened me. Like, rest in peace to that guy. So yeah, this livery, because I really like this livery. I'm just gonna put it on this livery on nice one on top, even though it's not on the it's not on the this is it, or even on the classic category, but still it's one of the best livery in 2022 so far. So yeah, a perfect way to celebrate a home race, and perfect way to celebrating a new partnership, and perfect way to tributing to that guy who passed away. So yeah, nice one on top. Now there is other team that running a special livery as well, and it is a Williams F1 team. Now this time around, they going bold, they going different, and of course they going American. Would you look at this livery? I mean, the whole star and strap and the whole American team. You got the things on the monocoque, like it just that good, okay? But again, this is not the actual car, as you might see. It's a 2018 car, not a 2022 car. So again, as a great liveries in 2022, it just ended up, well, sometimes just ended up as a show car. And yeah, they're not going special livery for the USGP, just running a normal livery. But hey, uh, there is a special livery on the F122 game, so yeah, you might be enjoying that one. I don't know what you think, but yeah, it's a nice livery, but shame it's not real. Okay, it's not even race at the USGP. And Abu Dhabi, against their last race of the season, last special livery of this season as well. And the team that running a special livery is none other than McLaren. Now they're running a campaign that called a driven by chains, and of course it's brought to you by Views, because every time they race at Abu Dhabi, they always they always sponsored by they always use a Views instead of Velo or whatever. So this is campaign for giving an opportunity for a designer, or I would say a female designer, given the fact that this one is designed by a female, and the 2023 also designed by a female. So I assume the 2021 Views livery was also designed by a female as well. So yeah, it's more like a campaign for a female designer, giving the give their idea, and paint the car whatever they want to make looks good. And yeah, that's pretty much how the whole campaign is, driven by change, brought to you by View. So now this is the livery, and I just don't like it. Okay, now I know what they're doing. Like they just replace the whole stuff with a flower, but it's just too much flower to me. Like, I love the 2021, like the MCL 35M livery. Like, I know what they're doing, but they're not going too much. However, the 2022 one, they are going a bit too much, and I just don't like it. Now, by all means, I don't want to disrespect the designer, but I just don't like the livery. Again, I know what they're doing, but it's just too much to me. Like the flower views, whatever. It's I don't know, man. I don't like the livery. That's all. So I'm just gonna put on this McLaren on. At least it's different, okay? And now, ladies and gentlemen, that's the whole 2022 season. We have 10 special or one of liveries in total, and that's not include a show car. So yeah, it was a respectable number, and I don't think the 2023 will, match that number, or is it? So I have a piece of paper. So to who doesn't know, this is the list of 20. Oh, I'm writing on the pencil. So yeah, that's the whole list of the 2022 special liveries. You can see we have 10. Well, it's 11 because I include the A523. But yeah, 10 special liveries, and this is the whole 2023 special liveries. You can see the difference. Like the thing is, we have 24 special liveries in 2023 season. That is bigger than the number of this race in the 2023 season. So yeah, the 2023, I already talked about the A523 was a solid livery. So we're gonna skip through the Miami once again. And the team that running a special livery this time around is Red Bull. Now, because Red Bull knew that the fans are pissed off with the exact same livery, like we waiting for an hours for reveals that turns out the car was exactly the same in terms of livery. Well, there's some minor change, like there's nothing new with the car other than return to the Formula One. But yeah, other than that, it's the exact same livery. So Red Bull decided to have like a campaign, like a fan design, so us can design a livery, and you know if we're lucky enough, Red Bull gonna choose the livery and putting on the car every time they race in America. Why America? Well, the title sponsor already speak for itself. And this is the Miami livery. So we have like a tons of livery, and they came up with this one. Now, I didn't say it's a bad livery, okay? Like I know where they're going. Like you got the line. I don't think it's a line because it's not even straight. So you got the rope, I guess, with the three different color. Like I know where they're going. It's like a Need for Speed Heat. Like you got the pink or like a magenta or blue neon to match the theme of the city, because Need for Speed Heat was like using a Miami whole stuff like that. But yeah, I see where they were going, and you got like a glimpse of a palm tree on the car. Obviously, I can see that one, given the fact that the car was blistering about 100 kilometers an hour or maybe miles per hour. So yeah, you're not gonna see those glimpses of palm tree. Now, the reason why I say it's not a bad livery, but here's the thing: there's so much design that is better than this livery, like they use in the Miami GP. But somehow they decide to, it's a best livery. This is our best choice. I don't know what they're doing, but yeah, again, it's not a bad livery, and hey, I'm just gonna put it on at least a different. Now I want to put that livery on need more effort, because you got the glimpse of palm tree, but even we make the palm tree less transparent, I don't think it's gonna fix the livery either. So yeah, at least it's different. Now moving on into a Monaco GP, yeah, the race that we've been waiting for. That is gonna be a Texas All Star 2.0. No, it's not. Okay, it's a good race. They provide us some good good racing, overtaking, action going on in the race. But the reason it was happening is because it's raining. Okay. Now, funny though, back in the year 2022 Monaco GP, we also have some, the race itself provided some good overtake. Well, not that much, but good action going on. But the reason what's happened is, yeah, again, it was raining at that time. So I wonder, when the race itself does not raining, is it gonna be a Texas All Star 2.0 again or something? But anyways, Monaco GP. What team that running a special livery in that race? McLaren. Now a bit of fun fact: McLaren are the only team, only Formula One team that has a triple crown on their hand. So what they did is, well, basically they decided to tribute that, because it's 60 years of anniversary. So yeah, triple crown 60 years anniversary. So they tend to tribute all the three winning cars into a special livery, and they came up with Alex Rossi with a Indy 500 winner livery, Pata Award with a Le Mans winner livery, which quite funny. Like the iconic Tokyo UNO Clinic F1 GTR implemented on the IndyCar. And lastly, and the most weirdest thing is Felix Rosenqvist, Monaco GP winner. Now, back in the day, McLaren has been sponsored by Marlboro. Like here's the thing, okay? McLaren now it's been sponsored by a British American tobacco, so no surprise you will see like a Velo, Views, or sometimes Bear Tomorrow because they are in the one group. While Marlboro is on Philip Morris Group. So it's funny though that you will see like so-called a Marlboro livery. Look, I know they replaced the color red with a papaya, so you got white and papaya instead of white and red. But yeah, like the chevron that represent a Marlboro, but the team has been sponsored by British American Tobacco, not Philip. Well, but still, it's really cool one. Like the Felix Rosenqvist one is on top. So that's the IndyCar team. Okay, that's the Arrow McLaren one. Did I not make a special livery for the F1 team? Well, yeah, they did. Okay, they actually make the special livery. And what they did is they combined all the three winning car into an F1 car, and you came up with this. And my God, tell me that this livery is not good. It is absolutely the greatest special livery of all time. Like the Triple Crown logo on the front is a really nice stuff, but over the car it's really cool. Like the chevron, you can still spot the chevron of the car. But yeah, like the black, the white, and the papaya on the on the rear is something else. Like truly one of the best livery on Monaco GP. But shame back in the day, McLaren wasn't that competitive. So yeah, you will see that car on maybe in midfield or maybe something somewhere else. But yeah, it's a great livery, but shame the performance at that time wasn't really that good. But again, I'm just gonna put in this livery on. This is it, the best livery of all time. Maybe because I'm a McLaren fan, so I'm a bit too picky with that. So yeah. All right, Silverstone race, and we have three teams that are running a special livery. Well, three teams that are running a special livery. We're gonna talk about later on. But the team that are running a special livery in that race is none other than McLaren. Now I'm a bit surprised though because we have two race gap, like after the Monaco and Spain, because they keep the Triple Crown in Barcelona as well. Now we have a Montreal and Austrian race, and then when it comes to Silverstone, they just like make another special livery. And this time around, it's really special because they bring back an actual chrome on the race, not just like a Google Chrome or something like that. Now, back in the the first race of the 2022, when McLaren for the first time signed a deal with a Google Chrome, we thought it was gonna be like a joke, like an actual Chrome McLaren. You must be dreaming, boy. But no, okay, McLaren decided to let's just make it real, okay, and they actually did it. They make an actual Chrome car in the modern day Formula One. Now, I don't know what to say. It's really good. Look, it's. I mean, what are your reaction when you see a Chrome car, a modern Formula One car wrapped in Chrome? It was absolutely amazing. Now, what's funny about this? Well, not funny about the car. The car is absolutely amazing. The funny thing about the livery is the reaction of people. Like people tend to hate the livery. Like, oh, why you got the papaya? The papaya is ruining. Why just fully chrome? Why just replace with a red or something like that, dude? I know what McLaren doing it, and I have no issue with that. Okay, they're trying to keep the identity, like the papaya. They just keep the papaya for brand identity. So I have no issue. Again, it's a it's a great livery, and has a great result of the car. So I'm just gonna put it on a classic because you got a rich history. Like Chrome McLaren, like it was a part of the icon back in the day. So yeah. Now the second team that running special livery is Williams. Now they came up with a 800 Grand Prix race. Now a bit of fun fact: back in the Monaco 2021, McLaren is not the only team that running a special livery. In fact, Williams also running a special livery with their 750 Grand Prix race. So the more you know. And they make another special livery, but it's a 800 Grand Prix race. This one I also like it. Like I love when you have like a burning effect. Like you got the first layer got burned, and it's still like a second layer. You got the burn effect on the car, And I just love that they didn't make the Union Jack red, white, and blue. In fact, they just make it blue and white and call it a day. And I love it. Like, it's just simple, but they done it pretty well. So again, this one is classic. Even though you never seen white and blue Williams, but still, it's a great livery. Now, the last team that they so-called special livery is an Aston Martin. Now, in this case, it's pretty much like the Haas back in the 2022, like when they signed a deal with a MoneyGram and their first. So yeah, they signed a deal with a Valvoline, which a which pretty popular brand. And their next race, it was their home race. So like I said, just like a Haas. And what do you think? What is it gonna be? What do you think the livery what it looks like? Is it gonna be a fully white Aston Martin with a Valvoline X on the car, or maybe a combination between white, British green, red and blue, or maybe a Mark Martin paint scheme on the AMR 23? No, you didn't get that one. This is the actual livery. Now, to be fair though, I like it. Okay, it's not a bad livery. Okay, they just like putting a red and blue accent all over the car. But the problem is, I don't know why they call it a special livery. Like, it's just like a spot the different, like there's nothing really that to say. Like, I know the red and blue, we're not gonna see that one in the next race, but I just don't know why it's a special livery. I mean, the Valvoline touch was fine. I mean, I don't know, man. I just don't understand why they call it special livery. I mean, you can put a Union Jack back in the 2020, like back in the 2021, they're putting the Union Jack on the side of the car. I mean, that's pretty cool. I don't know why they're not doing it, but yeah, it's pretty lazy special livery. So obviously, I'm gonna putting before and before, like absolutely low tier of the special livery. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that's the first half of the season. Enter second half of the season, where things get even more crazier. Now we start off at the Spa-Francorchamps again, and the team that running a special livery this time around is Alfa Romeo. Now, one thing is crazy about Alfa Romeo is they're gonna make another special livery for the next two races, which means we have three different liveries for three different races. Now, start off at the Spa, and they came up with a kick special livery with a bright electric green, which is kind of weird given the fact that the car itself is purely on the dark color, like on the dark tone. Like the cherry red itself is already a dark red, and then they came up with a exposed carbon fiber, which make the car itself even more dark. And then they came up with a bright electric green. So yeah, it's kind of weird color combination, but I just love when the car stuff is pretty recognizable. The car stuff is pretty eye catching. You can see the bright electric green on the car. Now, one critic about this car is the lack of effort they're putting on this car. Well, to me, it's a simple livery, but I'm agree with that. People like the livery itself; it's need more effort. Even though the livery itself is not lazy as the next livery I'm going to talk about. But yeah, I'm agree with some of that people that the livery itself it's need more effort. All right, next one is a Dutch GP, and like I said, Alfa Romeo make another special livery. Now this time around, they're really cooking with the livery. Now Alfa Romeo has a having collaboration with a street art called Boogie, and Boogie itself also make a show car at the first time they partnership with Stake. So yeah, Alfa Romeo Boogie has some really good relationship, and this one, however, is pretty cool. Would you look at this one? I mean, I love like the whole Boogie, the font is like fade away, and I don't know, man. It's just cool to see this unique livery, and yeah, I think you all agree with this is like one of the coolest street art, like an art Formula One car, and the racing suit. Well, the racing suit is kind of matching, but still, it's a really cool car. But just like the 55th anniversary W13, it just ended up as a show car, and you came up with this. I don't know what they were thinking. Like, they just have a Zenford in the front wheel, like a Zenford with a Boogie style font, and also on the on top of the sidecar, which I don't know why they call it a special livery. So again, it just ended up as the AMR 23 British Grand Prix. So yeah, I'm just gonna put it on this one on the before. I just don't know why they decided to make this one a special livery when the thing they put in on, like the effort they put in on it, just that low. Look, I see the difference is you got the whole Zenford boogie style on the front wing, but it's just not that. It just doesn't. Okay, it's just not a special livery. All right, the last one, the Italian Grand Prix Monza. Now, before we talk about Alfa Romeo, we're going to talk about another Italian team that also running a special livery. Now, Ferrari team, well, other Ferrari team on 2023 has won the most prestigious race, the longest race in the Triple Crown. Obviously, I'm talking about 24 Hours Le Mans, and magically, well, not magically, they're beating up a Toyota, which in the Formula One, Toyota is like a Red Bull RB19. Okay? It's impossible to beat, but somehow they managed to beat a Toyota, which is really impressive. Even though all those stuff like BOP and something like that, but who cares? Okay, winning is winning. Now, Ferrari tends to tribute that, which again is really cool thing when an F1 team tributing some cars that isn't a Formula One cars. It's kind of a unique concept to me. Now, this is the final livery. Look, the livery itself, I like it. Okay? I like the livery. I love they got the yellow line on the engine. Sorry, on the air intake, and you got the small triangle on the front nose. That was a really cool stuff. Really cool detail. And the thing is, it's a nice livery. Okay? It's simple, but they know what they were doing. But the most disappointing stuff is the yellow line on the air intake. It doesn't go all the way down, just like the hypercar itself. Like I'm expecting the line is go all the way down into the side pod or until the floor, but it doesn't. It just ended up on the air intake, and that's it. Like the livery itself is really good, but I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put it on this livery on the need more effort. Okay, I'm sorry, and I know it's a great livery, but they just need more effort in this livery. If they make the yellow line, go all the way down, I think I'm gonna put it on this livery. On this is it because this one's, it's a great livery, but shame, like it just missed the opportunity to me. All right, Alfa Romeo special livery. Now, in this case, it's pretty much the same as the Baku 2022. Like, they made a special livery for promoting a new car. So they're not just raced in their home race, but also promoting new cars. And the car itself is pretty damn cool. So the name of this livery is the Stradale 33 because the name of the new car they're promoting for. This one, I love it. Okay, this one is really cooking it. Okay, then the Zenford stuff like that. This one is pretty cooking it. Like I love you got the the tricolor. The thing what I love about tricolor, it has a mismatch when you look at from from above, and I love the fact they changed the wheels cover again into a gold, which makes the car sound more elegant. Now, this one is one of the best Alfa Romeo livery. I'm just gonna putting this one on the a classy, exactly, and it deserves to be. All right, the next race, Singapore Grand Prix. The moment that we're waiting for Williams running a special livery. Now, before we talk about the livery, let's talk about the background. Now, because fans want to see another special Gulf livery, so Williams and Gulf decided to have a van vote, and they gave us a 4 different livery with a different name and different backstory to vote. And the higher vote is more likely Williams to choose for the Singapore Grand Prix. Now, there's a 2 main contender on this vote. First one is the heritage one, which I think is gonna be the livery they're gonna choose, given the fact that so many people love this livery. And the second one is bolder than bold. Now, surprisingly, bolder than bold that win the vote and race at Singapore Grand Prix, and people went crazy about that. Like, oh, like how has this happened? How the fucking heritage is getting robbed? I don't believe this. Impossible. So I'm like, no. I mean, it's just a special livery vote, and I have no issue with that. I mean, the livery itself is cool to me. Now, if I'm being honest with you, none of these two livery are my favorite. I prefer that glitchy Williams Cove because I don't know, man. It's just different to me. Like I love something is different, out of the box or something else, and you know, it's way bolder than bold in my opinion. So yeah, but unfortunately, it not going to the it get eliminated. So yeah, let's talk about the Boulder and Bolt. I think the liver itself, it's liver for a name. Like they're trying to be different. I mean, when it comes to like a golf livery, like the thing when you make a golf livery, I mean it's a golf livery. It's supposed to be a classy symbol stuff like that. But this livery decided to do something different, and I like it. Now, because this was a golf livery, I'm just gonna put this one on classy, but still, it's a really cool livery. Now, Williams not the only team that running a special livery. McLaren also running a special livery. Now, just like last year, they celebrating a partnership with OKX with a special livery. This one, it's the exact same. Now, they named the car a stealth mode, and what they did is they replaced the leftover golf baby blue color, or they not replace it. Well, pretty much they just painted the baby blue and turning it into a papaya. And the most noticeable thing is they stripped down all the wraps on the side pod and instead putting a giant OKX logo on the side pod. A certified weight saving moment. Now, like I said, I prefer the feature mode than the stealth mode because the 2022 they just put more effort on the livery. Well, this one, well, here's the thing. I don't like when they repaint the baby blue and turning into a papaya. I just want the car like less papaya and put more effort to the car and make the car less eye catching because that's the essence of this stealth mode. But whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna put in this livery on need more effort. I'm sorry, but yeah. Right, moving on into the land of freedom, United States. Now, before we talk about elephant of the room, let's talk about the underdogs one, Haas F1 team. Now, we're not expect to see Haas running another special livery for the USGP, but they did it. Now, this one is different than what they did in last year. So it's not just like, when it comes to like a US special livery, they're not just going for the star and stripe and call it a day. I mean, it's just, pretty generic. In fact, they make like a darker version of the US flag, like a darker tone something. It's kind of hard to explain. It's like you see like a American flag from a some of the album cover. I don't know. It's hard to explain. And one thing I did notice is they changed the monograms, like make like a things to match the livery. It was a pretty cool. Okay, it's a nice detail. So again, I'm just gonna putting this livery on nice one. Moving on into your Red Bull Racing, just like I said, they're gonna running another special livery every time they race in the United States, and this one, however, is far better than the Miami. Okay, than what they did in Miami. Now, again, it's pretty generic, but I just love this one. Like it's telling you where you race. Like it really screams America. Okay, you got the star and stripe, and the fact they make the paint scheme looks like the fact they match the scheme into the circuit. I mean, take a look at the picture. It's pretty awesome, right? Again, I'm just gonna put it on this liver on nice one, okay? Way better because this one far better than the Miami. And the third team that running a US special livery is none other than Williams. Why Williams running a US special livery despite it was a UK based team? Well, Logan Sargent. Yeah, that's the reason why. And it's just like the 800 gram, you have like a burning effect, but in fact, it's a US flag. But yeah, again, it's pretty cool livery, and the fact they're putting like a whole look. I just love this one. It's a pretty cool touch. Like if you notice that Williams is sponsored by Kraken, which turns out it was like a company that sell NFT. Like they just put in like an NFT collection on the real one, despite the whole NFT trend was dead, but still it was a really cool touch. Again, I'm just gonna put on this livery on nice one. Three teams or three liveries in a row deserve to be a nice one category. All right, moving on into a Mexico GP. Now, this one, however, people not realizing that this team running a special livery. Now, I'm talking about Alpine A523. They're running a special Castro livery in Mexico GP. Now, the reason why people don't really notice that is it's just like they just reveal it on the garage, which okay, it's kind of different. And the fact that the hype between like Sergio, like Checo Perez, and the fact that Checo Perez crashed in home race, like people would notice about this livery. So here's the livery. No, I'm not going soft with the Alpine this time. Look, I don't like the Castrol special. Well, because the Castrol logo itself is ruining the car. Like I don't know the essence why they're putting like a giant Castrol logo on the back of the car. I just don't know why it was happening. I mean, they should. I mean, they can make it better. Like putting more effort on the car. But even though this livery is way better than what they did in Jeddah 2021. Like the beautiful Alpine logo on the back of the car, it just 100 and green for some reason. So yeah, even though this one is bad, but it's not that bad as what they did in January 2021. But still, I'm just gonna put on this livery on at least it's different. I'm sorry. And the next race, they going back to United States once they hit America for the USGP race. They're not going anywhere. They're just going around America. Well, continents. But yeah, Las Vegas Grand Prix, and this is the race when there's something different. Like no other circuit doing it. Like first one is being the most expensive race, the coolest race in the Formula One history. They say it, and also they start on Saturday and ended up on Sunday. So it's kind of unique to say. And lastly, the race with the most special livery. Like the amount of special livery in this race. Like the only team out of the 10 Formula One team, okay, just only 3 teams that didn't run a special livery: Aston Martin, Mercedes, and Haas. That's the only team. The rest of it, they're running a special livery. Now we start off with the Red Bull with the Las Vegas livery, and also it's their last special livery of this season because Las Vegas their last race in the United States, and this one, however, they going bold this time. Okay, not just Las Vegas Indian something like that, and the fact they makes the car bit of purple. Well, they make entire car purple. It reminds me of the the golden era of the Infinity Red Bull Racing. It's kind of been a nostalgic. Okay, and one thing I did like about this is it just they just going bold this time. Okay, not just like little star and stripe or maybe some uh lines on the Miami. It's better than the United States, and it's way better than what they did in Miami. So this one is it just bold and it's just that great. Like one of the best Red Bull special livery, and the fact they makes the wheels cover like the poker style wheels cover, it was a really nice touch. So yeah, it's the best livery. I'm just gonna put on this livery, and this is it. No doubt, this is the best Red Bull livery of this season. And the next team that running special livery is one of their rivals, Ferrari. If Red Bull going bold and different with their special livery, well, Ferrari going simple with this time, but still it's different. So this is what it looks like. It's a red and white Ferrari, and surprisingly, fans does love the thing. They prefer this livery than what they did on the Monza, which I can understand why, because red and white Ferrari was a thing back in the United States. Like take an example of Niki Lauda's car. Right? Like it was such an icon back in the day, so I can understand why. And I just love they put like a classic driver's name on the side part with a pinstripe. That one makes the car looks like a 90s, like a 80s classic. Well, 80s 70s classic livery to me. Now another thing that we all know is the Siva logistic that turns out it was a fake carbon fiber. I don't know what they're doing that one, but whatever. And the second one, I'm kind of surprised though. The fact that Shell let it slide, that makes the logo red and white to blend the livery. Like they're not going, okay, you make a special livery, but make sure our logo is keeping original, like keeping red and yellow. No, they just let it slide and make it red and white. Kind of surprised they're doing it, but yeah, it's still a good. Okay, I was gonna say this one's a good livery. Okay, this is it again, classic. And the next team they're running special livery is Alpine. Now this time around, people did notice that Alpine revealed special livery. Now this one's so-called a Palace livery, like the Alpine A523 Palace edition, I would say. Nowadays they just putting like an effect all over the car. I don't know what that is, but if they makes the effect less transparent, for me it's gonna be that cool. It's gonna be another art Formula One car, like a BW to Alpine with a unique effect. You know what? I'm going soft with this time. Okay, I'm just gonna put on this car on need more effort. I think it has some potential in that one, in my opinion. So yeah. And the next team they're running a special livery is McLaren. Now I'm not really surprised if McLaren will follow a special livery trend, given the fact they have like a old triple crown chrome and stealth mode. So yeah, I'm not really surprised. So It's a Jack Daniel's special liver. No, finally, they're doing it. Like the first time that I saw McLaren in partnership with the Jack Daniels, I'm expecting at least one race they're running a Jack Daniel's special liver, and I did what I get, even though it's not what I expected. Like I'm expecting the Jack Daniel, like they just get rid of the wraps on the side pod and putting a Jack Daniels logo, like what they did on the stealth mode, and makes the car completely black, like entirely black. I mean, the Jack Daniels always came up with the black one, and maybe put some papaya accent on it. I mean, for McLaren's branding, but you know what? They're not doing it. But this is the actual livery. Now I'm kind of surprised though that the livery it's so subtle. Like if you compare to the triple crown, the chrome, and even the stealth mode, when they are, you know, all out, like just going different and brave. This one it just settled on me. Okay, they're not. There's no like Jack Daniels things on the side. Well, there is, but you see, it's not like the on the main space. It's a velo instead. But yeah, but I still love it. Like the fact they get rid of the baby blue. Well, they're not completely get rid of the. They just repaint it just like the stealth mode, but they're not going like the. They're not paint the baby blue into a papaya just like the stealth mode. Instead, they make it black to for a Jack Daniel's branding. It's still it's still a great. I prefer this one. Okay, even though it's kind of settled, but I still love it. Now this livery might be go into the need more effort category, but I think the effort of makes the baby blue gone and replace it with a black Jack Daniel's black. I think it's enough for me. So nice one. Alright, the next team they're running a special livery is AlphaTauri. Now I'm kind of surprised they're running a special livery because if you're going back to the day of Toro Rosso, they never actually made a special livery. Now when they came to the AlphaTauri, I also think the same thing. They will never make a special livery, but turns out they did, which kind of surprised. So this one has been an interesting one. No, it's not a Gundam. Like the time when they tell you that we're gonna running a special livery, we speculate it's gonna be a Gundam, given the fact they have like a collaboration because of Yuki Tsunoda, obviously. Now this one has a collaboration with a fashion designer called Brandon Monroe. So yeah, it's a unique one, a fashion company that is a Formula One team at the same time, collaboration with a fashion designer. Now we're gonna talk about the livery. Obviously, it looks great, and I don't know, is it me or is the livery itself that makes the navy blue much darker like a Red Bull? But overall, it's a nice livery, another R Formula One car. So again, it's land on nice one. Now, AlphaTauri wasn't the only team that running a special livery, and they're gonna keep it until the Abu Dhabi. Alfa Romeo did the same thing as well. Now we all know that Alfa Romeo main sponsor was a online casino, so it would be make sense if they're running a casino themes livery on the Vegas GP, and this is what it looks like. Again, it's another Alfa Romeo W. I love the effect of the card, and it just made the W Fortune looks like a rip-off version because it's just that good. Now, one thing that's really unique is the fact that they make the wheels cover gold and they leave one bit red. Now, I don't know what they were doing, but it's just kind of cool to see. Now, what's funny about this livery is the fact they're gonna keep it until the Abu Dhabi, which they're gonna race on the country that have a strict rule about gambling. But you know what? I don't know how the hell they managed to get away with this one. But again, another nice one for the Vegas livery. Right, the last team that running a special livery is Williams. Now, it looks like Williams doesn't want to miss the trend of Vegas special livery, so they make the livery. And this is what it looks like. And listen, I know what they were doing. Like, they make a Vegas themes livery with a Las Vegas trademark and the whole iconic things on the Las Vegas. But the thing is, the livery it's just too like the livery just too much going on. Like it's just too busy. The second one, if we put the effort to fix the livery, I don't think it's gonna help either. Like if we're putting like a Williams neon on the side pod, maybe, and putting the Las Vegas entry on the engine cover and stuff like that, yeah, it's not gonna help. And the last one is the Williams itself. Like Las Vegas, things about a party, casino, stuff like that, celebration, things go expensive. And if you compare to the Williams, that is a UK based team, okay? one of the most legendary F1 team. Like the thing is, it just doesn't match. It just doesn't go together. Like it's not gonna work very well. So yeah, that's the reason why I don't like the livery. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna put it on this livery on at least a different. Okay, so we're made it into the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Sure, nobody were running a special livery because they just put too many effort on the Las Vegas livery. Sure, no one will running a special livery, or is it? Because turns out McLaren running their last livery of the 2023 season. Now, I'm not too surprised they're doing it because it's became a tradition. Every time they race at Abu Dhabi, they're running like a few special livery. I'm just gonna call them that one. Now again, it's another driven by change campaign, and again, it's designed by a women. But why do I mention it? Again, it's a nice livery from McLaren. It's way better than what they did in 2022. Yeah, another good thing. Again, did a good progress. So yeah, I'm just gonna put on this livery on nice one. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that's the whole special livery from the 2022 into the 2023. It's a lot of livery. So yeah, that's the end. And I don't know, maybe I say something wrong, or maybe I say something that you might don't understand, or maybe I say something that wasn't aged very well. But yeah, it's quite painful to make this video. And I don't know if you will watch this video or not. But anyways, if you like what you saw, please smash that subscribe button, like usual. And see you in the next video. I mean, we're in the 2024 now. Expect something's really good. I'm expecting some things like a new livery because we're in the February, so expecting some a new 2024 livery. So thank you so much and goodbye. Oh, looks like McLaren already launching a 2024 livery.